Hello people, it is 2:20 in the morning, the only logical time to make a video, and I just got done with an argument with someone on an Apex Legends match, and they were playing Rampart, and usually I would play Rampart because I'm a Rampart main, but instead I was playing Ballistic because I'm trying to get the challenges done so that I can complete the battle pass. And they were complaining the entire time about Rampart's minigun and her walls, and how the walls start with no health and how that's a bad thing, and how the minigun has so much muzzle flash that you can't see anything while shooting. Yeah, correct. Once you play Rampart for a while, you realize that the minigun holding, I believe it's 174 ammo. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's around 174 ammo when being carried and firing, what is it? I don't know its exact fire rate, but it shoots an insane fire rate. I'm going to guess 30 rounds per second, somewhere around there. I could look it up, but I don't really feel like it. It shoots an insane amount of ammunition per second, and its damage output is, from what I know, out of all automatic weapons in the game, I believe that it is the highest, or at least in the highest of all weapon damage outputs. But I'm going to assume that it's the highest DPS out of all weapons in the game, except for the Kraber, because that doesn't count. But it has an insanely high fire rate. When being carried and used portably, it has very high recoil and is not super stable. But while carrying it, you get one full magazine unless you put it on cooldown. And the recoil is high. And the muzzle flash makes it impossible to see anything. That is part of what makes the weapon balanced. If this weapon didn't have the insane muzzle flash that it has and the insane amount of recoil that it has, it would be an overpowered ability. It would be extremely overpowered. And when you place the minigun down, it significantly reduces the amount of recoil, increases your stability, but it locks you into, I believe, a 120-degree angle that you can aim with. And 120-degree angle, and it makes you stationary. But it also significantly reduces the instability of the weapon. As far as I know, it does not affect the muzzle flash, but it makes the weapon significantly easier to handle when placing it down at the expense of making you immobile and not allowing you to turn 360 degrees. So, to me, that feels pretty balanced. As for the walls, the way they build reminds me of a building in Team Fortress 2. You place it down and they slowly build their health until they're at full power. For those who don't know, Rampart walls, when placed down, like as soon as they're placed down, can usually be destroyed with one bullet immediately from any weapon. And they slowly build health as they construct until they're fully built. And once they're fully built, I believe that the bottom wall has 350 health. It could be more. I'm pretty sure it's 350. And the top wall has 150 from what I recall. So, yeah, them building over time is nice, because if you could just suddenly place down a wall with 350 health, that would be stupid good and really annoying to play against. So there's a good reason that they did what they did. I didn't argue with this dude at all about boosted loader. Personally, I don't think it's a huge issue. Although I love playing Rampart, the only LMGs that I ever find usable actually really depends on the situation. I used to love the Spitfire. Not so much anymore. The Spitfire's damage is just too low for my liking. Although the faster reload and the extra ammo that Rampart gives it does mean you can lay down some pretty nice suppressive fire. The Rampage, I really appreciate its fast reload, especially on Rampart. The ability to amp it is nice, although its damage only is slightly above the Spitfire's when amped. I do like its slower fire rate. That makes me happy because it's a bit easier to aim, in my opinion. And it works better at mid-ranges as opposed to the other LMGs that are a bit harder to use at mid-range. Pre-care package Devotion was my favorite weapon in the game. I have always loved the Devotion in both Titanfall and Apex. I think that moving it to care package loot was a bad decision, especially with how powerful it is in the care package, especially when you give it to a Rampart. Her boosted loader makes its reload take only about a second, if you reload it before running out of ammo, and gives it 62 ammo, which is an insane amount. I think it's stupidly good in her hands, and I wish they'd put it back in ground loot because it's one of my favorite weapons. I use the L-Star a lot. The L-Star is very good, especially with Rampart's faster reload. It takes only about 1.5 seconds to reload with her amped reload. I don't know if boosted loader affects how many shots you can fire before needing to reload. I think the boosted loader is perfectly balanced with the exception of the current care package Devotion, but the care package Devotion is extremely good already, and giving it an extra ammo boost alongside a faster reload is just insane. Anyway, that was my discussion about Rampart from Apex Legends. But, just know that the walls building health is part of their balance, as is the muzzle flash and the minigun. Okay, bye.